Hey guys, welcome to the show today. This is Katie. My name is Katie Agero. I have master's degree in public health, and this is actually the first time that I'm coming to YouTube, guys, and doing this kind of show. Usually, I share only food on my channel, but from now going on, I want us to have time for other things, and I'm so excited to share you guys, my amazing friend. You guys, I've known her since 2016, I believe, Miss Nayah Ndefru. I love her like a sister. Actually, we are like sisters from another mother. Okay, you guys. She is the
100%.
CEO of Xolani Beauty. She is at Nayah Ndefru on Instagram. She is an amazing forex trader. Listen, you guys, she is a woman that wears many hats. Okay, so today I wanted to bring her on so we can chat about her journey, her healthy lifestyle journey. So she is going to be dishing it out, you guys. Feel free to invite your friends, feel free to share us out, and I'm going to allow Nayah to introduce herself. Go ahead, Miss Nayah.
Hey, girl. Thank you. Thank you for that intro. I am Nayah Ndefru, and like Getchi said, we're sisters from other mothers. Honestly, my meeting you in 2016 was just a blessing. So I'm so grateful that we've had this time together. We're grown together, and thank you for this invitation for this new corner of all the phases of Nkechi Ajero. So just a little correction. The pronunciation is Ndefru. Ndefru. Got it. Yeah. So I'm a mom. Like you said, I wear many hats. I'm a mom. I'm an entrepreneur. I love people. I love life. I truly 100% believe my life is about creating impact, helping people walk in their purpose and own who they are. And that is at the core of everything I do. From my beauty business, Xolani Beauty, it's about, expressing the beauty within, creating products to help women who look like me. So this is named after my daughter. And it's a tribute to brown skinned women, where we haven't historically had a lot of products that were made intentionally for us. So this is what would I say? It's a love offering to the world to say, hey, this is for you. This is made with intention and a lot of love. So you can express the beauty within and have products to show on the outside. Like you said, I also, I've been worn many hats. Because I love entrepreneurship, I've done it in so many different ways and so many different cycles. And you've seen me on that journey. I've worked as a coach. My background is in public health like yourself. So I'm very, very passionate about health, and how, life, mental health, how it all affects, our physical health. And this vegan journey for me, I wouldn't say I'm 100% vegan. It's been a journey, let's say that, and we'll get into that during the conversation. But healthy lifestyle for me now is, the icing on the cake as, we grow older and we're figuring out really the true expression of who we are. I found that in veganism, it kind of sums up everything that I'm doing. In what I put in my body is how it comes out. So, that's me in many words, in many ways. So I guess, we all do wear many, many hats. And this is just a little bit about.
Yes, we do. And guys, like she mentioned, we are actually similar in several ways. Both of us served in the United States military. Okay, she's a
That's
veteran. I
right.
am
That's
too.
right.
Yep,
Yes.
honored pretty, so you can call us bad A women. I don't know if they're allowed to use that word on YouTube here, but yeah, and also both of us have master's degree in public health, and we love doing our own things. We love running our own shows. We love business, we love
Yes,
the
yes.
things that will help people grow, help you become your best self. So today, Naya, I am so happy that you are opening my show here on YouTube because even though I've been chatting with a couple of ladies on Facebook land, but on YouTube, this is my first number one. So I'm so excited.
Congratulations. That's a big step, you know? You
Yes,
know
I
how
know.
all of
Yes,
these all come together. I'm so, so proud of you and
yes,
really excited to
ma'am.
be here.
Yes, ma'am. Even though we love food, there are several other things that come to play, in shaping who we are aside of food. So that's really why I wanted to have this space to chat about those other things that can affect us, that can help us to grow, other things,
Sorry.
other and even diminish us. So I'm going to start by asking you, Naya, at what point did you think that your lifestyle needed a change? Because today's topic, guys, is about lifestyle change and how my sister here is transitioning because she says she's not fully vegan, transitioning into becoming
Living the
vegan,
lifestyle.
right?
Yeah,
So I
100%.
want to ask you, yeah. So I want to ask you, at what point did you realize that, oh my God, my lifestyle needs a change?
Mm, I would say I think I'm very, very open to change. And it's part of growth that we're always gonna be in some type of change or transition. Um, but in terms of this journey to veganism, I think I'd always, been curious about food, just how it impacts our body, how much should we eat, when should we eat, how much water should we drink, and all that. Especially if you've been in the military, right? And you have these height and weight standards and all of this that we have to adhere to. And I had a very difficult time in the military with height and weight standards because I say I have a tall personality, but physically I'm not tall. Okay. So I'm 5'4", but for the army standards, I was always overweight. Even at my smallest, I was always overweight. So I think I was a size my as far back as I remember, I was almost somewhere right in between a 6 and an 8, and I was overweight for army standards, right? And I would see other people who looked a lot bigger than I did, physically, and they would fit the weight standards for the military. And, they would send me to the nutritionist and they would make me do extra PT. PT is physical training, and so I kind of had this love hate relationship with food and exercise because in some ways it was punishment because I didn't meet the standards, but I was not a strong runner, but I could out push up. You remember back in the days, it was push ups and sit ups. That was the test and the run. I could do 100 push ups. Let's put it that way. I could do more than the men and the women, but and same with the sit-ups, but I would still not meet the requirements because I was quote overweight. And then, they used to for women they tape the widest part of your hips, and my hips is those hips that don't lie, right? I'm like, okay, here we go again, right? Tape the widest part of your hips and your chest, and I would just never fall in line. And that was really, when I finally left the military, that was one of the factors because I just felt like I would never meet the standard, you know. And there were other standards for like Pacific Islanders that have been set, right? But not for Black women. And that's a whole other discussion, but that's really where my angst about nutrition and weight started, was when I was in the military. Because when growing up, we just never had conversations like that at home. It was just do the best you can, eat what's put before you, and that was it. So fast forward now, being a mom, having my first child, and my pregnancy was fine. I had no complications until the last week before he was born. I was really set on having a natural birth. You know, I exercised throughout my pregnancy and had a great pregnancy. But at the last, I think it was the last 2 appointments, my blood pressure was high. So I had signs for preeclampsia. And I was so bent on having a natural water birth. And my doctor was like, Nayah, I don't think we're going to be able to do that because this baby needs to come out now. That was, you know, very shocking to me, very jarring, because I had this vision of how I wanted to have my birth. And then, you know, fast forward, even with the, what do you call it when they try to accelerate the contractions? It's not been that long when they, you know, they do the induction, whatever it's called. That term. Yeah, I was induced. You know, contractions were coming rapidly. My child still wouldn't come out, so I ended up having a C-section. So that pregnancy and birthing process actually ended me in the ICU for a number of days with the preeclampsia, problems with my heart, things that I just didn't think, you know, when you're going to have a baby, you just don't think of the worst, or I didn't. And after that, my blood pressure just never normalized. It just stayed high. I was put on medication. They were, you know, monitoring my heart for different things. And so I was on medication for a long time. And now when I have my second baby 2 years later, same thing, trying to have a natural birth, but now they're like, oh, you already had a C-section, but you know, we can try. And then again, pregnancy, preeclampsia at the last minute, ended up in the ICU again, C-section again. And complications very similar to what Serena Williams had. Like, you know, you're saying, you know, I'm swollen, I can't breathe, and all this stuff. I think I wrote about this on my old blog, which I took down many years ago. But with her too, now the blood pressure went higher. And so they had to adjust my medication just to normalize that blood pressure. And, you know, I never thought anything of it because I come from a place where my parents are both on medication for blood pressure, and it was normal. And so I was like, you know, I'll just take the medication and try to monitor it and make sure that I stay within healthy limits. I've always been pretty active, you know, like running. I don't enjoy running, but I do it to challenge myself. I run or walk, and, you know, at some point I was doing half marathons, and my goal was to actually do a triathlon. So, lifestyle I've always loved being active, but I realized that the activity was not changing my health outcomes the way I was hoping it would. It does it for some people, but for me, it was not working, you know? So, I think it really hit home when my father passed away. You know, that was like turning. If I say it, I get chills. You know, I had been watching what I eat. At that point, I had, again, when you're running, and, you know, my girlfriend Eunice had said, you know, Nayah, let's do these half marathons, and we started doing them, and it was fun. You know, I went and did the first rock and roll in Brooklyn, and we did Chicago, and, you know, you can make it fun if you do it in community, which is why I love everything you're about, because you're all about let's do it together, right? You've even said, Nayah, let's get online and show our workouts, and I'm like, okay. With that, I was like, I started paying more attention to my diet, maybe. Because the rumor is that if you're running, putting in those 10 miles and everything, right, it should not practically, you know, normalize all of those things. That's the ideally, right? But it wasn't working for me. So I started cutting out, eliminating some things. And then, like I said, fast forward to when my dad passed away, that really just shook my foundation because my dad, kind of like myself, actually, even more so, exercised every day. And he loved it. He would do Zumba. He just enjoyed being outside and running and, but he was overweight, um, like I was and I still am. And he died of a heart attack, right, in his sleep. And he was on medication. I know how fastidious he was, like very, very intentional about taking his medicine and, being healthy. But we'd had conversations about diet, and he just said, no, that's just not, I'll just exercise. And when that happened, it was, it's a shakeup. It makes you look at everything again once you can get through that grief and say, okay, how do I at least do my part so that my children don't have this same experience? And that's really where the big change happened, was at that point. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Hmm. Wow, wow, wow.
So I
Yeah.
don't think it's not a one answer. It's been a journey.
A lot of things, really.
Yeah.
hmm A lot of things made you, and that's what many people say, especially doctors and nutritionists. They always let us know that you cannot run out bad nutrition. You cannot run out bad nutrition. So you definitely. I'm echoing. Am I echoing to you?
I don't hear it. No.
Okay, okay, then it's crazy if you're echoing. It's just hearing my voice back. But yeah, anyways, you can't run out bad nutrition. So it's always good to start there. Thank you so much for, explaining, bringing everything together. Yeah, I remember when your father passed, and it's not even long ago. So may his soul continue to rest in peace. And when you joined, or when you start transitioning to becoming vegan, what was the most important, or rather critical challenge? What was that thing that challenged you the most?
Mm, I think because I had been, questioning diet, and I thought I was a pretty healthy eater. I do know that sugar is my big challenge. But it was, I wouldn't say it was necessarily 100% easy, but the decision for me was easy. I had watched a couple of movies or documentaries. One of them was Forks Over Knives. The other was What the Health. And I promise you, I must have watched them 10 times. Like, I watched them over and over. And anytime anyone visited, I was like, please watch this. Like, watch it and watch it and watch it. And I think that repetition and, the things they talked about just so resonated with me. I didn't need to read much more. I made the decision that that was going to be the change I was going to adopt. And so it was kind of like a fast and furious break. When I made that decision, I think what makes it challenging is the people around you. Because they're like, so when I come to your house, what am I going to eat? Are you going to only be giving me vegetables? Or, and then my kids are not vegan, so they do eat meat products every now and then. But they're at a point now 2.5 years in, they 100% respect it. So they're not asking for it. We do kind of have routines. They eat pizza on Fridays and stuff like that. But we've gone past where they are craving it. But I think it's just the big challenge is everyone questioning your sanity. African, my family, much love and respect to like my immediate family but my friends and family, they're just like, why? Or I could never do that. Just make sure when I come visit you have some meat for me and stuff like that. But yeah, I think the social pressures can create a little bit of anxiety sometimes. Or people say, why don't you just eat fish? Just eat fish. And yeah, those would be some of the challenges. I think vegan food is delicious. So in terms of finding food choices, I don't really struggle with that. I've had to learn to be a bit more creative, but I really enjoy the food. So
Nice, nice. So it wasn't really for me, the food I tend not to eat. For instance, I look at how food reacts with my body. You know this, right?
mhm.
We're inside my community when we are testing all the food and just yeah. So I look at how food reacts with my body, and I know some food that I eat, and sometimes, oh my God, I can literally feel some pain on some parts of my
Mhm.
body. So
Mhm.
and I know that this is not good. And it could be vegan food. It could be. So for me, I feel like just going vegan may not help my situation, and we all are different. But
We're
for
all
you,
different. Yeah.
exactly. But for you, that was what worked for you, and I'm so happy that the kids are embracing it, and you have the best kids actually.
Oh, thank you. They're special little people. I love them.
Mhm.
They're kind of crazy, but
Right,
so
right.
am I.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think you've answered my next question because I wanted to ask you amongst all the diets, everything that we see, keto, vegan, paleo, whole 30, just tons of
I've
them.
tried them all, by the way. Go down
Right?
that list again. Keto,
Hmm.
paleo,
Hmm.
Atkins.
Hmm.
Uh, what's the one where you drink water with maple syrup and salt water? Yes, girl. We've tried them all. Been there, done that.
Right. Hmm.
Have a T-shirt for all of them.
Hmm. Hmm. Wow, wow, wow. And you finally decided to, go on this route. And one thing I love how you're doing vegan, you're not about for all those beef replacements. You just go for the lentil, for the beans. I'm just like, yeah, that's what we eat in Nigeria. Beans like
Yes.
plantain, all those real whole food. And that's one thing I love about how you do your things. Yes, you guys, she is very creative, and make sure to follow her on Instagram, also on Facebook, because sometimes this my friend right here, is it this way? Okay, this way.
Yeah.
It's so confusing, I'm telling you. So this my friend right here, you guys, most of the time she also shares her recipes, which are very, very amazing. So one thing I want to ask you is, what do you love most? Well, not one thing you love most. You can tell us many, plenty, actually. What are the things you love most about vegan?
Mm. Well, I think this journey has forced me to tap into a more creative side with the food. Um, and I'll be sharing more. I found that there's really great reception and adoption. People tried that my fufu recipe and sent me pictures, and it was so encouraging. So I do think people are looking for alternatives that are tasty, and African food. the spices and everything is just so now I'll definitely will be sharing some vegan options about with our food. Now, what do I love? I love girl beans. I'm a bean. Like I think my I'm a bean. Like I'm a lentil. I'm a legume. Something. Where I'm from in Cameroon, where our people are from, is called the grass fields, Graffy land. Okay, and people from that region, you put a bowl of peanuts and corn in front of them, and they are happy. So, I we there's some things I'm gonna be sharing soon, but there's this dish that's almost what would I call it? Like a corn pudding. We call it cocky corn. My kids can eat that. My daughter takes it to school. Like that's one of my faves. My mom, I've told her to patent her recipe. She just makes the best of it. And it's basically like, you kind of blend the corn, and if it was made back home, they would put just the corn and vegetables and season it. No meat, just a little bit of oil, the corn, and then they wrap it up in the leaves and steam it. Oh, delicious. Onions and whatever. Similar to how you make a moi moi, but now you use corn. So the same concept, right? So moi moi, so those who don't, moi moi is like it's a black eyed peas type pudding. It's delicious as well. But yeah, that's one of my faves. Lentils and soups. So I think also kind of traveling and being open has been very helpful on this journey to see how other people eat in other parts of the world. Like, I've traveled a lot to Asia, and there in the mornings they have soup, like a really light broth. And I find out when I'm there, I don't crave coffee as much. And I really 100% think it's because they do the soups, and it's, savory and heartwarming. I love my heartwarming stuff. So I do a lot of soups, and I find soups to be very easy. Just toss stuff in there and blend it or not, very easy, very nutritious, and very versatile. So I can have soup for breakfast. And I find that this has changed my perceptions of food, because we get used to breakfast foods, right? Or dinner. This is dinner. But food is food. And what is the purpose of it? Is to nourish our bodies. So I remember just 2 nights ago, the kids were like, they ate a bit early at like 6, and then they were like, "Mommy, I'm hungry." What are you hungry? Then Amani goes, "Mommy, I'm going through a growth spurt. I need to eat again." And so, I just chopped up some apples and some celery and some carrots, and that was dinner. Okay. Like, it's food, but we've become accustomed to certain things being categorized as snacks. And this one is a snack. This one is breakfast. This one is lunch, and this is dinner. And some of those things are kind of where our problems come from, because we've been conditioned to eat a certain way at certain times of the day. So a lot of that deprogramming has been very helpful. But yeah, my faves, soups, definitely are, motherland dishes that modified to work for my current, life changes. And what else? All kinds of beans. All kinds of beans. Yes. All kinds of beans.
Yep, I can totally relate. And just the idea of eating more vegetables just gives me joy.
Yes,
I'm not vegan, you guys. I'm not, but I love veggies. Like, I feel like, who child, it just gives me joy. The idea of even my butternut squash soup. I love that soup. I wanted to finish it. We still have a
I know, and then you can eat and you don't feel guilty, right? Like, you look at a bag of sugar snap peas, right? You can eat the whole bag. Like if you're a snacker, and that was one of my things, like I'm a snacker, but quote unquote, like these snack foods, crackers, this, that, and the other, they're very high calorie foods. But you eat a whole bag of sugar snap peas, 45 calories.
Right.
That's one cookie, if you're lucky. That one cookie could even be like 90 calories or
No, one cookie. Listen,
120 calories.
one cookie from Chick-fil-A is 350 calories. Okay.
Now you're
Listen,
talking like
listen.
I was talking about a little cookie, but who eats
Okay.
those? We all eat
Okay.
the big ones, right? Like,
Hmm.
yeah.
Even yeah, I love everything you're saying. Ooh, so you guys, if you're thinking of adding more veggies to your food, maybe just taking the little steps towards that.
Right.
Definitely listen to Nayah. Listen, I don't understand this screen, okay? It's so confusing. Okay, so I got it this way. Okay, so listen to her. All right, you
Yeah.
guys, she is doing it and she is doing amazing. So, what are the tips would you say that is helping you stay on track? Because, girl, when I don't plan my week, whoo, like literally, I make a lot of breakfast ahead. So in the freezer right now, we have tons of breakfast food, tons of snack. By the way, I made akara on Saturday, and my daughter was telling me, "Mommy, we have to eat it at lunch." I said, "Well, I made it for breakfast." So and I washed a lot of beans, and then I made some moi moi with the after blending the beans. So I made akara moi moi over the weekend.
There you go.
So yeah. So what I'm saying is that, like personally, I love to plan. I love to make a lot of things ahead. Like we have to. I don't want to give the devil the opportunity of saying, "Hey, let's order." Because people are going to just say pizza.
He said, let's give the devil
Yeah. I don't want to give
the
the devil the opportunity of dictating my life. Okay. So I love to plan a lot of things ahead, and
Mhm.
so I want to ask you, what are the tips? What helps you stay on track? Because I know it's not easy.
That's a great question. Planning is very helpful. I'll tell you kind of how this has evolved. So initially, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then I go out and buy all these vegetables, and then realize that it's a lot of work to kind of go through all of that, to cook it, to prep it, and all that. So, and I realized I was wasting a lot, honestly. And you'll find some people saying, "Isn't that so expensive?" I'm like, maybe if you're wasting, right? And I feel like probably a lot of people go into a place where they waste. Um, so first, you want to minimize your waste. How do I do that now? Honestly, meal planning, like you said, and one thing COVID has helped and has taught us is to do stuff online. So I find that by ordering online, I can, I think sometimes is um, before it was just like, I don't want to have to go back to the store and pick this stuff up again and this, that, and the other. But now knowing that I can have my food delivered makes it so much easier. So I can literally know every week, this is what I'm purchasing and this is how much I consume. So I would say monitor your consumption,
Mhm.
because we don't, initially, you probably won't really know, well, how many cucumbers do I like? Or, how much am I really using? Am I juicing it? Am I um, making smoothies or whatever the case may be for your journey or any lifestyle, honestly. Um, but planning is 100% helpful, like you said. Your plan to eat the things you love, because if you have stuff you love in the fridge, then you'll eat it. If you go into a new lifestyle and then it's stuff that you don't like, you'll probably just be sitting there and just
Mhm.
but also not having the distractions. Same. whether it's for business or your your healthy lifestyle. Not having the distractions means cleaning out the pantry, not having snacks. Like I said, and when I'm talking snacks, I'm talking pre-packaged,
Mm-hmm.
high salt, fried, you know, very caloric dense foods that are easy to grab, because it's so much easier to go in the pantry and go open and do this. But we have to condition ourselves to go in the fridge, or I will leave all my tangerines out and leave the apples out, make sure everything is washed out, so that even for my kids, those are the first things they can grab. Mommy, oh, I want to get an apple. Mommy, get a tangerine, or so they're now kind of deprogramming some of the things that I like. I used to have lots of cookies and stuff, and even for myself to go now and grab the apple. Or I remember visiting a friend in California, and she was running out. She's a medical doctor, and she was running out, and her mom was like, "You didn't eat anything, at least get in the fridge and get something." She ran to the fridge and grabbed a bunch of carrots. Like literally, it was those fresh ones with the green stems. She carried a bunch of carrots, and her mom is like, "Are you a rabbit?" Like, what is? But that really spoke volumes to me, because most people would not think to run in the fridge and get carrots, right? If they say get some food, we think, I don't know, may think something other than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So having good food choices that are easy to get, and also that are easy to make, because I think sometimes we over process this thing and make it so complicated. You're like, then people get overwhelmed and don't want to do it. So I make the simple stuff simple. Make it simple. That I remember I was on a phone call, like a Zoom call like this, with a friend of mine. My daughter was screaming downstairs. She's like, "Mommy, I'm hungry." And I said, "Give me 5 minutes." Went downstairs, pulled something from the batch cooking as well is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking, because those beans, I like to soak them and boil them myself. So I do big batches and then package them into little small bowls that will at least feed us twice, so we
Mm-hmm.
can just defrost that and eat it twice. And I batch cook everything, including even rice. Rice freezes pretty nicely, so you can just pull all that stuff out in the morning, put it down, plan. So planning is key. I think shopping online has been helpful for me. One, you're not tempted when you go in the store, especially if you're going with children. I feel like my grocery bill is always higher when I go in the store with them, because they want to pick things. But when it comes to you, it's very easy on the app to just go boom, 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 done, and helps you stay on track. So I would say those are my top tips.
Mm, that's really wonderful. And you basically have answered my next question, because I wanted to ask you, how supportive are your family on this journey? Because I know that sometimes when we want to eat healthy, our families want to eat pizza. Listen, especially people that don't understand, people that are not part of they don't understand the assignments. They feel like they want to eat what they want to eat. And
Mhm.
my husband will kill me, but he feels like what you want to eat and run it out. So I'll take that back. He doesn't. But anyways,
Bless
but
his heart.
that
Yeah.
was what I wanted to ask you, like how you are maneuvering the family. But like I said, you have the best kids in the world, and I have to start doing what you're doing too when it comes to the kids' snacks, because I still let my kids, have some snacks here and there. This kind of snacks they want here and there, but most
Mhm.
often, I literally say, and they are fine with the vegetables, with all of it. But sometimes it gets tiring. You know, I'll just tell you that some.
I And sometimes you want to relieve yourself. You just like, whatever.
I know.
I think every mom, every parent, every person, every caregiver needs to give themselves some grace. You know, none of this stuff is 100%. Let's just be real, right?
Mhm.
Like, some days you'll be out there will be no Qdoba or Chipotle close by to where you can get a moderately healthy meal that you know um, on your journey, or something
Mhm.
will happen and you do what you have to do in that moment. This is not to put any guilt or to make people feel bad about what they're doing, but to say, if we're doing it, you can do it,
Mhm.
right? Do it one step at a time. And for some, that may be elimination, like you said, really taking inventory of how things feel in your body when you consume them. I think because our lives are so fast paced, we don't pause to say, how am I really feeling? And we only feel it when it's an uh-oh, this really feels bad, right?
Mhm.
So eating with intention, and I still struggle with that, but I know the times when I do slow down and really take time with my food choices, even the healthy ones. Sometimes it's not for everybody. It's
Mhm.
for
Mhm.
everybody. Your body, my body, it's very different how we process things, or our DNA, how it's structured, right? Like, my family history is that, my parents, my grandparents had high blood pressure, right? Or have it. And, you know, I have, on both my mom's side and my dad's side, cousins who have breast cancer or had breast cancer and have died. One passed away from breast cancer. We've seen prostate cancer. Um, you know, the high cholesterol, heart attack, heart disease, all of this is in my family genome. So if this, for the next generation, can recondition the way we think and our relationship with food, if can it help them live better? And that's really about, this is, for me, it's legacy. In the bigger picture, it's legacy, right? Living a long, healthy life to where they're not, you know, struggling to take care of an ailing mom who can't walk, and and all this stuff. Can I make choices now that will impact my future? And that's what we do every day with everything we're doing, is really trying to make healthy choices today with our money, with our time, with our energy, so that tomorrow is better, right? And so the same applies to food. Um, but yeah, I would say consistency, sticking with it, because I see, like, the last time I went home, my mom had made food, right? And this was just this summer. But because she knew I was coming, she made a separate batch of food with no meat in it. So she's like, I made this for you, right? And this was saying, this is for because I know you don't eat meat, so this one has no meat. But now they're more and more intentional. Like, if I spent time with my sister in San Francisco this summer as well, and earlier in the year as well. And if she would order food, she would always order options um, that would work for the changes that I've made in my life, and they respect it now. But before, they were like, "Is this another Nayah thing? Is this another thing that Nayah is doing?" Because Nayah goes through a lot of changes. This one's stuck for this one is stuck. Yeah.
Wow, amen. And thank you to all the people who joined
Yes.
us, who are commenting. We see you all. And I hope you're enjoying the conversations, guys. And yeah, I just want to have this space so that aside from sharing recipes, we can also think and talk about the things that can help us become our healthier self. Okay, you guys. So thank you. We see all your messages. We see all your
Yeah,
comments.
thank you so
So
much.
much.
Thank you for joining and commenting.
Yes, definitely feel free to share with your friends or anyone that you think this message is going to bless.
Yeah.
So, wow. So, Naya, what I wanted to ask you was, tips for people who are struggling in this lifestyle. They've already gone vegan and but you have pretty much, just nailed it, prepping ahead and doing the little things and making sure you put away the snacks, all of those things that are going to tempt you. So I wanted to get your opinion and what do you think about um, the meatless meat phenomenon? Is that what I'm gonna call it?
Like the impossible burgers and
Yes, the
yes,
meat
yes, yes,
trend. A lot of
yes.
people, okay, now I'm vegan, I gotta find something to replace it. Like, I love black beans burger because I love it. I don't want to replace it with something that feels like meat. I know that on the brand side, I've done that one time with a company, but me naturally, I don't go out of my way trying to buy meatless meat. I either eat meat or I don't. So I want to hear it from you. What do you think about about the meatless meats? Are you on board or in between? Go ahead,
Mm.
tell me your opinion.
I'll say this. Okay, I'm a scientist.
Mhm.
So I'm always curious as to how stuff was made, what's in it, what makes it taste like meat, and all of that. Personally, I am more whole foods, plant based. I like to know what I'm eating. I, know the ingredients and use wholesome ingredients that, I can pick from my garden and that kind of stuff. That's personal. Now, for those who are making a change, for some people, meat is a very big part of their lives, or meat, chicken, or whatever. Um, so if maybe an impossible meat or taco or something like that helps them transition, because for honestly, I think it's really about changing behavior. If we're trying to find something that's very similar, I want to be vegan but I want it to taste like meat, then you're not really setting yourself up for success. I think if you can transition with those products and it helps you, kind of change your internal, the changes with the food changes, and then slowly progress into finding foods. And really, this is a journey of, it's a search. You're going to have to find what you love and find how to make it the way you like it. So I'm not opposed to them. I'm not opposed to anything these days. I think this comes with age, because I'll tell you, when I went natural back when I was 20 years old is when I went natural. Um, this is more than 20 years later. Okay, let's leave it at that. When I went natural, I was like gung ho, like everybody needs to be natural. Like that was how I felt. Everybody needs to be natural, and this how you do it. Big chop. End of story. None of this transition stuff. Cut a little bit of this hair right here, and then you no. These days, if you want to wear a wig, that's fine. If you want to wear braids, it's okay.
Mhm.
As long, because hair can be, it's a whole story of who we are. And and I think especially with Black women and women of color, where you have a little bit more texture and all of these components that we're working with, um, there are a lot of historical, cultural things that go alongside of that whole journey. And I think it's the same with food, right? There's societal, social, cultural, even political,
Mhm.
that can be associated with food. So as you take your journey, you will find your zone. You
Yeah,
know, you'll find your zone. So I don't want to discourage anyone and be like, this is the way to do it. No, do you.
I
Do
love
you.
that. I love that. Do you, if you think that the fake meat will help you stay on track, to your vision, your goal,
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, it could work for you. But if you think that, again, making the real thing, sometimes it takes time. So I understand that. Because I cook a lot, I know that cooking takes time, So so I'm very forgiving of people that don't cook, okay?
I don't know how you do it, Getchy. That's I have a friend. I went to visit her and I looked in her fridge and she had these meal planning bowls. She has three girls, meal planning bowls like stacked up Monday through Friday labeled. Girl, I was so impressed. And she was telling me how, Saturday they all sit together and they chop up and they cook and they package all their food. I was like, but it resonated with me 120%. Can I do it? I've not gotten there yet. That's
Mhm,
I have
mhm.
meal planning the bowls, but I put enough for those of us in the house to eat. Like, this is what we're gonna eat.
Exactly. I
Yeah,
think
you
we
have to
we
do what
kind of,
works.
yeah, finish up. I think we kind of meal prep the same way. I don't put everything together like just maybe I cook rice, cook beans, cook it separately, and during the week you can just make a bowl as you want. I cook like quinoa, just cook all those things, maybe prepare some meat, some chicken, whatever fish, and
Mm-hmm.
during the week when you're hungry, just make a bowl for yourself. So that's kind of how my meal prep goes. But if it's like breakfast, then if it's a burrito, of course, I'm gonna wrap it and put it in the freezer. So you just heat it up and eat. So it
Yeah.
depends, whatever that works for her. Bravo to your friend, So that's
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I
thank
must
you.
say, a lot. Just kudos to you, your
Mhm,
recipes, your blogs. I remember when I took one of your programs.
mhm.
When was that? 2 years ago or so.
That was 2019.
The years are blending together, but you know, I think also just being open. Like, you see a new recipe, try it. And Ketchy had me you eating purple cabbage and cauliflower rice for the first time. I had never made it before, but that's a staple in our house now, and that was
Mhm.
thanks to you. So I'm like, well, if this my sister can eat it, right? Then so can I. And so many people have come to my house and had that, and now we're making it as well. So that's kudos to you. You never know how far your reach is. So just want to say thank you for putting yourself out there. Your recipes are absolutely incredible, and a lot of them can be adopted to be vegan recipes. A lot of them. And you like avocado like me, so I feel like avocado goes with everything. You see, get you maybe, and then avocado. Like, there
Mhm.
must be
I know,
avocado.
right? Like,
To me, avocado is like ketchup. Like, it goes with everything.
yeah.
Yes,
I love avocado. Yeah, I make beans, avocado, moi avocado, like literally everything.
everything
Like
avocado.
my friend would joke that get you avocado everything. I'm like, yeah,
Everything.
I avocado everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, girl. I think pretty much you have, given us a lot of information. And do you have any resources? Do you have any resources that you will share with us regarding going vegan?
Mm, resources. Just follow me on Instagram. I am going to start sharing more and more tips and documenting this. I think I'm being getting a lot more feedback. Diane says vegan meals require you to retrain your taste buds. No, no, vegan meals are incredible. You will love them. prepared right. So we will be sharing. Ketchy has inspired me to share. I'm learning to make reels to make it so you can just see boom, 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 boom. Simple. If I can do it, if you know where I'm from in Cameroon, Mancon, like, we love the soups that where we come from. The main ingredient is always meat, right? It's just like tons, and the more the better. If I can do it, you can do it. You can do it 100%. If my kids, my daughter used to like crave meat, and I would feel so bad, and I would, order it for her and have it made. You guys, you eat soya in Nigeria, right? Yeah. I would order it already done for her, so she could just have some every now and then. If the people around you whom you love are meat eaters, that doesn't mean you can't do it. You can still do it. You have to make provision for yourself first. I think why this may be challenging for a lot of people is especially women, is we're caregivers and we take care of others first. For this journey, you need to put yourself in the driver's seat. You need to put yourself first. And look at my skin. I know I have a makeup line, but come on now.
By the way, I'm wearing Xolani Beauty. I think it's chaotic I'm wearing.
Yes, girl. Yes, girl. This is my brand ambassador.
Listen, my lights refuse to work, but we are working anyway.
We keep working. And
yes, I'm wearing it lightly though.
Yes. Definitely check out XolaniBeauty.com. The products will not break out your skin. And I will say, if there's one ode to being vegan, is skin. Yes. Or healthy eating in general, drinking more water. That glow will start coming from inside to out, for real.
I agree.
Yeah. So definitely check it. Follow me on Instagram, on Facebook. I didn't post but I have a new one coming up. So you talked about Accra. Let me break it down for you. Now, if you had your mix, you can do them like flat cakes, like pancakes. You like literally just pour that mixture in the pan and do like a pancake for like a savory breakfast. And instead of like deep frying it, it's a very shallow, very little oil, pan fry it, flip it over, and then you can have it like with a salad. Use it like a burrito, use it like a wrap. The texture.
You can eat it like that.
Or you can eat it like that. The texture is similar to injera. If you like injera, you would love that. So I'm going to share that. That's the next thing I'm sharing. Because I tried it. And again, this is looking at Indian cuisine, because they do that with lentils. And I said, it must work for black eyed peas as well. So it was like top notch, by the way.
And listen, you're a scientist, so you can mix and match everything. Okay, girl. So guys, I'm going to make sure I get all of her information, everything that Nayah does, guys, all the ways she's going to be able to help you guys. And I'm going to put it in the description of this video. I don't have it yet, but I'm going to do that. Okay, on Facebook, here on YouTube, hello, and everywhere else. You guys make sure to follow her on Instagram. She is really, really cool. She's my friend. I call her anytime and she answers me. So Nayah, thank you so much for coming today, girl.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for being you. Thank you for opening up this space and this platform for us to have these discussions. She said, what's an avocado alternative? That's a great question. There is none. There's nothing like avocado. Is there a thing you eat with everything like you eat avocado? Do you have something like that?
I don't know. Another thing that we put on beans. We can put on bean. You can put on anything. It's like beans. If you cook it like refried beans or even black eyed beans or even my Nigerian beans, you cook it it's very soft and whatever. You can put it on bread. You can use it as I don't know. But
I was telling my kids just 2 days ago that back when we were in school in Cameroon, one of the snacks, because my daughter likes meatball subs, and I said, we would just do bean subs. I called it a bean sub. We would just call it bread and beans, and they would just put beans inside the bread. So
Mhm,
it's funny you just said that. I'll make sure she watches this.
mhm, mhm. Yeah.
But yeah.
I think, but then avocado, you just get avocado and you use it raw. Beans, you're gonna have to cook it and make sure that you add all the necessary spices to make it tasty. So, I don't know. I think the alternative to avocado is to find a way to eat avocado. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I think one thing you could do, and I'm sure Nkechi or I will share a recipe like this, is we have that pepper sauce, right? You
Mhm,
can make it really more tomato based, or so it's very flavorful, a bit spicy, and that can go with everything,
mhm.
just a little dab here and there. But can I replace avocado? No.
I don't know.
Honestly, again, the way we eat is really based on how we've been conditioned. But moi moi, which in Cameroon we call, what do we call it? Koki. Yeah, we call it koki. And for those who are from neither of those places, it's um, black eyed peas blended
Fritters,
together,
black
made
eyed
in
peas fritters. Mhm.
fritters, or steamed, right?
Oh,
Girl, I
almost
use
same.
those in sandwiches as well.
Mhm,
Instead of, and then this is something like the Greeks do, like when they do the falafel, it's fried chickpeas, right? This now it's very similar concept. You just kind of, slice it up, and honestly, you can put a little bit of tomato sauce on that, and it's like a burger. It's like a
mhm.
sandwich. People, but don't come from my edges telling me like bean cakes. There you go. Don't come from my edges. They growing back. Okay. Don't come from my edges telling me we don't do that with moi moi. It works, guys. You just gotta be a little creative with your food. You'd be surprised.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you try it, you don't like it, do something else.
Don't do
I
it again.
always say this at the end of every blog. This is like an idea. You can follow everything, from bottom to the end, or from beginning to the bottom, or you can just, add your own twist and make it your
Hmm.
way and try something new. Yeah, I love what you said. Yeah. So Naya, what are you currently working on right now?
Well, obviously Zolani Beauty is always on the table. That's my baby. That's how can I be saying Zolani Beauty and I don't have anything here? We have lots
I
of new
have,
stuff
I
coming
have, I
out.
have something here.
Oh yes, girl. Yes,
This
yes,
was
yes,
the one I'm wearing. Yeah.
yes. We have a new eyeshadow palette coming out. I'm gonna show you. Just give me a second. Hang on. I don't know if you can see it up there.
Okay. Yeah, I see.
Yeah, super. It's gorgeous. How come I don't have it right?
Wonderful. Is it the one that has kind of all the beautiful colors?
Yes, all the beautiful cities.
Am I going to be
Um,
able to use that one?
that palette is made for every woman. The idea
I'm
is that
I'm more of a natural somebody.
it has natural colors. If you just want to, and I'll be showing you. So, what is in the pipeline is I'll be coming on live to
Mhm,
demonstrate how to use that palette and more of our Zolani Beauty products. You've been asking me to do it. I've finally put my setup. I'm ready. I will be doing that. Yes, you'll be seeing more and more of that Zolani Beauty stuff. So, that palette, the colors were designed to be multifunctional. You can use them for blush, eyeshadow, for bronzer. And so definitely follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Zolani Beauty as well. And you'll definitely see those demos. That is, that business. I do multiple things. That my new passion, not new, but my passion is for creating community around wealth building. Right, a lot of us don't live the life of our dreams or our purpose because we're limited by our finances. So, really creating space to be able to show and point people to systems to help them create wealth through various means of trade, whether it's e-commerce, foreign exchange trading, crypto trading, and that kind of stuff. Um, and I love it. I love it. So I've been questioned by a couple of people like, but you're doing your business. Why would you do that? Girl, multiple streams of income is never not an option. The richest people in the world have multiple streams of income, but this is really about, building wealth and building legacy and creating opportunities for more and more people to do the same. So if you want to learn about that as well, make sure you're following me for sure, for sure.
Yeah. Nice. So happy to hear about that. So, you guys, we are coming to the end of the show. But before I let Nayah go, we are going to go through what I've called rapid fire questions, Nayah.
Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, let's go.
Girl, you are sitting on the, what will I call it, on a hot chair right now. Okay.
Let's go. I feel the heat.
So thank you again to all the people that are watching and those that are going to watch this in the replay. My name is Kechi, and this is my very good friend Nayah. We are literally like sisters from another mother. Okay, sisters from different mothers. Okay, you guys. So make sure you're following her on Instagram. She's doing a lot of things. If you miss my intro, well, that wasn't really an intro, but she is amazing. She is doing so many things. She's wearing so many hats. She is the CEO or founder of Xolani Beauty. The lipstick I'm wearing, the foundation I wear sometimes, this lipstick here. Listen, I don't know how to work my screen, but anyways, you get what I mean, right? So I'm going to put a lot of her information in the description of this video. Make sure to check her out. So Nayah, before I let you go, let's go through these rapid fire questions, okay?
All right, let's go.
What is your favorite drink?
Tea.
Tea. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When are you most productive? Are you a morning time or the evening time?
Morning.
Who is your inspiration?
Oh, it has to be one person?
Well, nothing,
Wow, you definitely inspire me, and I've told you this. I love to give, flowers while people are alive. Definitely you, my mom, my aunt, my mentors, Diane, any particular type of tea. Mint tea is one of my favorites, and black Kenyan tea. Those are my top two.
What about the brand of the tea, if you don't mind?
Ketepa is the Kenyan tea I like, and then Tazo Zen tea. Yes, those are my top two. Some celebrities, I definitely have a lot of respect for. Oprah, people who are activists like Wangari Maathai. There's so many people inspire me.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So summer or winter, which one?
Summer.
Me too.
All year round. Summer, any day. Mm-hmm. I chase summer. Like, you'll see me if it's cold. If I can get away from the cold, take me to the summer. Take me to the heat. That's why I appreciate the hot seat, because it's hot. Yeah. You love this. Check us out. We have, and our colors are, the intention is for you to find something. If you want a nude, the nudes are made with us with deeper skin tones in mind. You want red, the reds are vibrant, the purples are vibrant. Everything is incredible. I can say that, but it's the truth. Everything is really, really vibrant and beautiful. So definitely check us out.
Yep. So we're still going through our rapid fire questions. I just asked you the fourth. It's up to 15. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's go. I won't.
You've already mentioned this before, but what's happening with you right now? What are you currently doing right now? You
I'm
can
having
say
this
find out on
interview with you.
Instagram.
I'm having this interview with you. Okay. Um, um, Definitely, continue to work on my Xolani Beauty and um, investing, investing, investing in myself and in others. So that's a big
Love
part of what I
that.
yeah.
Love. I love that investing. Like, I love investing in my kids right now. Like, I'm so grateful for the opportunity to get them ready for school, pick them up, and just, those little things. Because I know that America is so busy and everyone out here is chasing money, money, money. And some people really have the opportunity to be with their kids. So that opportunity I value so much. So,
It's a hard one,
mhm,
so I
mhm,
respect it.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love that. And what is your favorite number?
9.
Why?
I don't know. I've just always loved that number. It's my birthday, August
Mhm,
9th,
mhm.
but it's also my favorite number. I just like 9.
Wonderful. So, what was your best subject when you were in school?
Math.
Math. Good for you. Good for you.
I love numbers. Even when I see them, I'm like, oh, something about them just makes me happy.
Right.
Yes. I know it's weird, but I love math.
You and First Lady V. She says she's in August too.
Oh, yeah, August babies.
I know August babies, right? So, what is your favorite color?
It varies. Right now it's green. It's been yellow for a long season, but now I'm
Mhm.
transitioning into green.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
what is your favorite cake flavor? I mean, if you do
Mm.
eat cake,
Chocolate.
chocolate. Nice, nice. Okay, what scares you the most?
Mm. Hmm. That's a great question. I would say not accomplishing my goals. Yeah, because it's very much tied to some of the things we talked about, like legacy and creating impact. So not accomplishing them would, mean I'm not doing something that probably I intended to do and didn't
Mhm,
do, or the results are not coming out as intended. And that happens. It could be better or worse, but
mhm,
yeah, I would say so.
mm,
And that's a very dynamic question, and the response as well, because goals change and shift. That's a
mhm,
whole
mhm, mhm, mhm,
other broadcast. But in the moment, it does give me like great anxiety sometimes.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, that is deep. I think for me, even if it's changing one life, I think we have to be grateful for that. Again, when we look at the vision, and that brings me to my next question: what is your vision in life? When we look at that vision, is like, it might get scary, especially if it's so big that you're thinking that, whoo, child, I'm gonna need a. So, what is your vision in life?
Um. Yeah. When I started. It was, I would say, my overarching vision, and I believe my purpose is to um, help others find theirs, um, and give them tools. So it's not just finding it, but showing them how, showing them that it's possible, letting them, elevating their belief to know that what they think they can do, they can. Um, and that's very broad and it has very many components, but with that it comes, there is the aspect of creating impact, and influence, so that when people hear your voice and know that, Nayah said this, so I believe it, then it carries weight. So yeah, my vision is to have a voice of influence that, um, where people know that within they have the tools, they just have to exercise them a little bit. Just give it
Mm,
a shot. Give it a shot.
right.
Yeah, give it a shot. And for anyone who's on this broadcast, whether it's, healthy lifestyle or starting a business or, um, having a good relationship with your children or your spouse, or, um, even saying yes to yourself, you know, that you can. So, but you have to make the choice to do. And that requires focus and clarity. So there are many dimensions to
Mhm.
that. Yeah. But to create impact.
Awesome. Eventually, you're going to continue with business coaching, right?
I, I do coach. I only take on,
You. Mhm.
one-on-ones right now. I don't advertise it per se. So the clients that do come to me, it's a very intentional coaching relationship because I put a lot of energy into it, until maybe I do come up with a program or something like that. But yes, I will coach some more
Mhm.
in the future. In the
That's
future, I
awesome.
enjoy it. I enjoy coaching. I love it. Um, but like I said, sometimes saying yes to yourself will actually mean saying no to certain things for a season. That's
Mhm.
kind of,
Mhm.
catch-22 thing. But to to bring forth the best version of yourself, sometimes you gotta
Mhm.
say no to certain things. And so that coaching season where I was, coaching and
Mhm.
coaching more and more people, um, I had to transition out of that
Mhm.
into doing some other things. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Well said. All right. Let's go to something that is very light. So don't worry, we're on second to the last question, okay? Cats or dog?
I'm
You
not
roll
really
your
a pet
eyes.
person. To all my pet lovers, again, don't come for my edges. I would say dogs.
Me too.
Yeah.
I had dogs. No, well, not me
We
had dogs, but my
Yeah, my
my father had
parents, we grew
dogs.
up with
You know.
dogs. And did we have one cat? Yeah, we had a cat at some point, but dogs.
So this is my last final rapid fire question. What would you change about yourself? Perhaps when you were younger, maybe the kind of things you might have done differently, gone to a different career. What do you think you would have loved to change about yourself? Maybe
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. I
Awesome.
think, the sum total of our experiences make us who we are. I had some harrowing experiences growing up, but that creates resilience. It lets you know that you can go through the fire and come out and be okay. You know, Probably when you're going through it, it feels awful. You know, but nothing. Honestly, I think embracing, um, my past, my upbringing, my culture, my family, my experiences. That's what makes me me. And I like me now. Yeah.
Well, Miss Naya, thank you
Yes,
so
ma'am.
much We've
Thank
come to the
you.
end of the broadcast, you guys. Thank you so much to everyone that tuned in, everybody that will catch this in the replay. Make sure to go on Instagram, show her some love. Make sure to check out all the things, all the amazing things that Nayah is doing, you guys. And make sure that you are checking out Xolani Beauty. I should have put it in the scrolling. I'm going to put that in the description. Yes, she is. Yep. You're not seeing this comment. Let me put it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Queen. Thank
So
you.
thank you
How are
guys so
you?
much. I really, really appreciate everybody that has joined us today. And feel free to share us out if you haven't already. We want to spread the word so that we can understand and feel the impact that we can create in one another's life by just sharing our story. And today it was just a story of lifestyle change, and I'm so happy and excited for my sister for everything that she's doing. Make sure that you follow her, okay, you guys, and make sure that you also give me feedback. Feel free to DM me. Share with me what you think about today's show, and share with me if you're going to be joining us going forward, because I want this to be part of this YouTube channel. Not only food, but we also do food and share some of these resources that can help us become, our best healthy self. So thank you guys, you guys. Thank you again, you guys. I can say it 1 million times, but I want you to know that I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Naya, do you have a last word or, you
I
know?
just want to say thank you again, Nkechi. Thank you for having me. Thank you to our guests. Thank you for creating this space. This is incredible, and you're going to impact so many lives. So keep doing what you're doing. Hey, and if to our guests, anyone watching, um, the only thing that is constant in this life is change. So if you're, on a journey of change, if you're looking to make a change, that is normal. Let's normalize changes, okay? And whether it's healthy lifestyle, becoming vegetarian or vegan, you can do it. You can do it. So I want to encourage you to, put your I can do it put your I can do it jacket on and go out and be that person that you envision. So thank you and wishing you all the best, Nkechi. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to end the broadcast now. And thank you again for watching us. Bye.
Bye.